You're watching CW Montana. This is the MTN 9 o'clock news.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Andrea Lutz. These are your top stories from across our state tonight. Bozeman is plugging into a rise in tech business. We'll tell you how it's uploading at a higher rate than other areas of Montana. Plus, two parents accused of neglecting their baby to death. They make an appearance in Yellowstone County Court. We're going to take a look at the charges they face. But first, Mother Nature came for Montana State University's roofs. Now crews are coming for its walls, bringing down two gyms where the infrastructure already failed this winter. Cleanup is underway after walls came crumbling down on the campus today. As MTN's Cody Boyer reports, crews also were careful to save what sits adjacent to that demolition zone.
We want to recover from the loss of our gyms, and we're beginning those phases right now.
Since 1973, both the North and South gyms, separated by the upper gym, have stood tall on MSU's campus. Today, 46 years later, the whole gym complex is being ripped down.
We've been working very closely with our engineers, our inspectors, and our insurance companies to determine the safest and most efficient path forward. And what we've determined is that the safest path forward is to rebuild these gyms into a new structure.
MSU spokesman Michael Becker says the goal, demolish and rebuild, saving the other buildings nearby.
And obviously we want to be careful of the existing structure to the west, because that fitness center is something we hope to have reopened in the fall.
In the meantime, he says students looking to work out have options.
We want to restore services as soon as we possibly can.
MSU officials say crews have been working non-stop to make sure equipment like these bikes get to temporary locations across the university. One here in Asbjornson Hall and two others at least, one including weightlifting. They say it's all for the students so they have a place to go.
And we'll proceed throughout the rest of the year with consulting our stakeholders, talking with our students, our users of the fitness center, and finding out from them what they want to see when we get to the rebuilding phase.
As for what will replace the gyms, that could be in the hands of students.
This is a student building. It's paid for by student fees. Students are some of its primary users, and we want to make sure that they are deeply involved in the process as we go forward.
In Bozeman, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
MSU leaders haven't said what caused the roofs to cave in. They're hoping the demolition of the buildings will help answer some of those questions. New details tonight surrounding a massive sexual abuse case in Miles City. Survivors revealing coaches were alerted about the abuse numerous times, but never stopped it. New statements reveal a student athlete was told to, quote, suck it up after alerting to a coach the inappropriate touching by 79-year-old James Jensen. The interviews are part of a civil suit filed by 32 men who say they were sexually abused by Jensen. Survivors also reveal students were enticed by a varsity letter if they became a student trainer advised by Jensen. Attorneys for the Miles City School District maintain officials were not aware of the extent of Jensen's conduct. A Lockwood husband and wife pled not guilty in the death of their little girl today. 34-year-old Laura Mink and 37-year-old Ronald Mink face charges of deliberate homicide. Their 17-year-old was found dead of suspected dehydration and neglect earlier this month. Deputies responded to the home in Lockwood to find the baby unresponsive, and officials then removed the couple's toddler also from the home. Laura Mink, she's 8.5 months pregnant, and both remain in jail on $50,000 bail. In Missoula, a man convicted of raping an unconscious woman is heading to prison. At least 20 years is what he'll face behind bars. Shane Pelletier was charged with raping a woman 2 years ago. He claimed the sex was consensual. The victim says she was unconscious and couldn't give consent. A jury found him guilty back in January. A judge said Pelletier showed no remorse through the trial, but he could be eligible for parole in about 8 years. The former Cascade County Undersheriff accused of keeping his firearms appears in court on theft charges. Prosecutors say John Stevens kept 3 guns purchased through the county. Stevens said he was told to keep the guns or that he could keep the guns, but the sheriff maintains that he did not authorize Stevens to keep them. Court documents say Stevens then traded the guns for a 4-wheeler on Craigslist. He was recently placed on administrative leave as coordinator for Cascade County's Disaster Emergency Services. There's new information when it comes to an overcrowding issue at the Butte jail. For the first time in years, Butte's detention center was below capacity. Still, the issue of overcrowding continues. Today, county jail officials say they had 71 inmates, which is a considerable amount less than usual. And at times, the jail has counted as many as 120 inmates at any given time. Those with the jail say the above average spring weather could also be a factor.
The weather has slowed some of the criminal activity and really everybody else down. If you think about it, a lot of people aren't real active when the weather's bad, the snow's deep, it's cold. And the bad guys seem to take a cue from that as well this year.
Another reason for the sudden decrease in jail numbers, officials say oftentimes the state prison transfers inmates housed at the Butte jail. New details about an environmental plan to raise water levels at a mining pond in Butte. Montana Resources wants to raise the Yankee Doodle tailings pond north of Butte, where it stores its mining waste. An environmental impact study is complete and now it can be viewed by the public. But if you do have some more questions, there is a public hearing. It's going to happen April 10th. It's also going to be in Butte. Talks are delayed at the Montana legislature when it comes to the Montana's role in Medicaid expansion. A committee intended to vote today on 2 bills to continue the program to provide government health care to low-income Montanans. Lawmakers say they have yet to see fiscal analysis on one of the bills. Amendments for another bill is still being prepared. The committee is facing a Wednesday deadline to complete all of those spending bills. Well, students in Boulder are playing an intricate part in a nationwide program. It's a pilot program to train peers on how to respond to mental health. Montana's suicide rate is among the highest in the nation. As MTN's Jonathan Ambarian shows us, awareness starts at an early age.
By the end of the school year, all 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at Jefferson High School will be certified in teen mental health first aid. The school was chosen to help introduce a program to help students learn how to recognize signs of potential mental health problems.
It's just an opportunity to be proactive and be a part of a program that is going to give skills.
There have already been versions of the mental health first aid training for adults and for people who work with youth, but leaders are now ready to introduce a version aimed at students.
So we know that a lot of times teenagers share things with their peers and with their friends that adults may not see and may not know about.
On Friday, staff members receive training so they can be ready to support students as they go through the program. The pilot program has 2 main goals: recognizing when a fellow student is going through an issue,
How to identify signs and symptoms of somebody that may be experiencing a mental health problem, may be experiencing a mental health crisis, and then gives them an action step, just like we have action steps in physical first aid.
and also breaking down the stigma surrounding mental health issues.
Montana has one of the highest rates of suicide per capita in the U.S. For our youth population, it's double the national average. So we have to start having this conversation.
Jefferson High School is one of just 8 pilot sites nationwide for the Teen Mental Health First Aid program. Leaders will take what they learned here and use it to adjust the curriculum before they roll it out on a larger scale. Jefferson High School leaders hope this program can be adapted into something every school in Montana can use.
Rural Montana, they don't necessarily have all those resources, and if this tool can become a resource, then it'll be very helpful.
In Boulder, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
And the building blocks of this program are already starting to take shape. In fact, more than 1 million people in our country have already been trained in mental health first aid. A Whitefish woman is helping make prom dreams come true in Browning. Winter weather has a habit of canceling prom at Browning's High School. Whitefish resident Ruth Neff wanted to help, so she partnered with Whitefish High School and local thrift stores, and together they found prom dresses and accessories for girls. So more than 30 dresses, shoes, handbags, and jewelry were sent to Browning this afternoon.
It feels good when they see that they've done something positive, toward, and it's good. It works 2 ways. It makes you feel good and it makes somebody else feel good.
Browning's high school prom is at the end of March, so there's plenty of time for the girls to figure out their prom outfits. This year's theme is a night of 1,000 lights. Montana's tech companies are getting a lot of revenue for our state, and that's according to a new study on tech. Many of tech businesses land in Bozeman. More than $2 billion in revenue is collected just last year, and it's growing. Officials say tech companies expand 9 times faster than other businesses, workers making 60% more money than the average Montana worker. And tech businesses are flocking to Bozeman because, of course, it's got that beautiful landscape. Tech companies foresee increasing wages by 5% this year. That's about 3 times faster than the rest of us Montana employees earn. All right, well, coming up after the break, artwork could be a seller for over $1 million this weekend in Great Falls. It's a lot of money. We're going to take a peek at that and some changes happening to the Historical Society. But first, what does the weekend have in store? Sunshine or snow? It's always a gamble in Montana. Rob Griggs, he's got your statewide forecast.